YouTube, long time no see. This is going to be a car audio video where I rant, okay? And I'm ranting about people who waste their freaking money because they're ignorant, stupid, and refuse to learn anything whatsoever about car audio, okay? So we're going to talk subwoofers right now, okay? And people have these, I look at the forums, you see these long threads. What should I get? Should I get a Phi Audio BL or a Q? Or should I get an Audio Q or an Alpine or whatever? Okay? It's a subwoofer. It handles frequencies between 20 and 80 hertz roughly. Okay? The choice of the driver is about, unless you're going for like SPL specific applications, is not really that important. You know what's more important? Designing your enclosure. Having a good enclosure design. Having an amplifier to give it a clean signal. Okay? I'll tell you this much. I can buy you a JLW7, stick it in a crappy little enclosure, and power it with the Sony Explode amplifier, and you know what it's going to sound like? Shit is what it's going to sound like. Alright? Now I can take you the worst freaking subwoofer in the world. I can get you a little BS subwoofer from Walmart, and you can send it to that dude in Hexibase, have him make you an enclosure for your car, and that thing is going to perform amazingly. Alright? Good signal, enclosure design. Probably in this order. Enclosure design, quality of the signal, and then the driver, okay? In that order, not the other way. Alright? I challenge anyone who thinks they listen to a lot of subwoofers to go sit in a car and listen to the bass and tell me what kind of bass, exactly what type of bass driver the guy's running. Okay? And I'll bet you can't do it. You know, I bet you have no idea until they tell you. And the same goes for your component speakers, okay? You get on any of your car audio dealer websites, Woofer ETC, one of them, popular, and you see that there's components that cost $1,000 a set for two-way components, okay? Now, this seems pretty freaking excessive for a set of components, for 4 speakers, alright? But now let's get straight up with this. If you're using your factory locations, you just wasted a lot of money, okay? Because we're talking about component speakers and mounting for sound quality. Most important thing is your location of the drivers in your vehicle. I guarantee you that with proper locations, you can go to Parts Express and buy yourself a pair of little Goldwood, you know, mid-range, mid-bass / drivers for 25 bucks a piece and a set of tweeters, and mount them properly with a good signal going to them, and they're going to sound better than your $1,000 set of Focal components that you mindlessly slapped into your, you know, factory locations, all right? So, again, install locations. Number 1, quality of the signal going to the driver. Number 2, and then the driver itself is number 3. Yes, the Focal driver is better. And if you really want to get the best sound, spend your money. Buy the best stuff and put it in the best location. Alright? But you get an actively crossed over, you know, an active setup with cheap drivers will sound better than a passive setup with expensive drivers in bad locations. I absolutely guarantee it. So, don't waste your money, okay? As far as mid-bass is concerned, you know, unless you're like a super obsessed about sound quality, everybody is obsessed about having their mid-bass coming from the front, okay? Mid-bass in your doors. To get good quality mid-bass in your doors is not that easy, because you have to do a lot of sound deadening and have some pretty good drivers to get rid of any buzzing. The amount of door panel and pod preparation that would have to go into that is extensive. All right? because they're using infinite baffle designs. Guess what I'm doing right now? Well, I'm driving right now, but I'm, hands are free. I have my setup. I'm waiting for an amplifier. I'm ordering an Audio Q2200D to power my bass because my other amplifier crapped out on me. And they won't cover it. Whatever. Alright? What I'm doing right now is I have my front components with the amplifier, the frequency, they're crossed over kind of high. They only drop down to maybe 200 hertz before they start to roll off. And then I have a low-pass filter on a little pair of 8-inch crap speakers. Okay, I emphasize the word crap here, that are handling mid-bass and some sub-bass from about 200 down to maybe 50. Okay? And guess what? They play mid-bass, but more importantly, it doesn't matter because even mid-bass frequencies are really non-directional. Okay? You like jazz music that is a bass line, you're listening to your favorite Carlos Santana song that is an important bass line, it doesn't matter where that little bass line comes from. Okay? If it's hovering like under 200 hertz, it doesn't matter if it's coming from the back left to back right. So enough with this obsession of bass up front in the doors, okay? Okay? Build a little freaking enclosure under your seat with a pair of little 5 1/4 drivers and power them actively. So much cheaper. Freaking idiots out there. Alright.